Basically, I write a few pages of the script at a time and give it to Jason so that he knows where it's going from page to page. And also, you know, I don't give him the whole thing so as not to overwhelm him, but I'll give him about 7 pages at a time. And then he'll call me, usually when he reads it, and say, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And then I'll get really mad. Say, it's all on the page. What? Are you an idiot? And then we'll argue for a while, and then somehow we reach a happy medium.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's tell them what really happens. Okay. So we'll get a script from Trevor, which he's very good at doing. He's been doing scripts for a long time. I take some notes, and we actually will talk about it. We'll change some things around, panels and whatnot, and which is a really fun process because a lot of folks don't, you know, and I myself included when I looked at comic books, we always assume that it just is there. It's just made. We don't think about the process. How does it get, especially when you have a writer, you have an artist, how do you communicate? How does that writer communicate to the artist what they really want?
Yeah.
And we went to a Comic-Con, we got to listen to some guys who do some great work.
Yeah.
They talked about that and how, you know, when you have a miscommunication, you can really throw things behind real fast. And drawing, the process of drawing is a very, very long, tedious process. It's a fun process, but it can take forever. And which we have had a couple of instances where I've drawn the wrong thing. Luckily, Trevor's been able to use that, and he just changes it in the next page, and he adapts to it. Rarely has Trevor actually made me redraw anything.
Yeah, sometimes they're happy mistakes too.
Yeah. if there,
oh, I didn't even think of that. That's good.
Hey, speaking of which, we should put the on your blog things we learned from the Pacific Princess. What's that?
Or we wrote a list of like 100 or something. It was like, because I was watching Love Boat all the time in college.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're both watching.
Yeah, all the time. Either Saved by the Bell or the Love Boat. And they had some of the worst things.
Yeah.
They had this kid who is
Webster was Emmanuel Lewis, right?
Yeah, it was. His parents had just died in a horrific car accident, right? So a social worker took him on the Love Boat. I'll cheer him up. And he's like, man, I'm dead. Where? Everything's wrong. So there was a children's entertainer who was, of course, drunk or something like that. On the ship, they're like, this little boy just lost his parents. Maybe you can help him out. Oh, I'll try. But I'm real sorry you lost your parents. Get away from me, chump! I hate you! And then he pulls out this... In your eye! He pulls out this puppet that's a talking pancake. It was a pancake, complete with butter pads and everything. He's like, I'm sorry you lost your parents, but people still love you. Look at the pancake. Showing the guy ends up adopting him. Not before they decide the perfect therapy for the child. And this was the one that they were have a kid who's devastated because his parents have been killed in a tragic auto accident. Talking pancake. No. Loads of ice cream. Oh, the ice cream! In a room by himself while they went and gambled or something. Here's a giant ice cream sundae. He's good. Let's go. Yeah. That's a horror. So we decided we wanted to write a book called Things I Learned from the Pacific Princess. So let's not put that in there. If we do, we will leave it out because somebody probably get it. No, but not if you post the blog first. I'll post it. Post the blog first. Anyways, you want a swabby? 6 words. Iced tea, iced tea, iced tea. And for future reference, the stern is the back of the boat. People don't realize this, but the Love Boat may have been the turning point in Western civilization, which made things go wrong. Yeah. All of a sudden, expectations were lowered so drastically. Yeah. Standards were, you know, it's like love, unfortunately, love exciting and new, love and yeah. Take it down. the webcomics I like to read, they don't reference cyber gaming or anything like that.
But the very successful ones, Penny Arcade, PvP Online, I mean, they're gamer-based. We have to ask ourselves where we fit in there, you know?
Well, Dr. McKinja, I don't think ever mentions stuff like that. So.
I wonder if he's a gamer.
He might be, but he keeps it out of his webcomics, you know?
Okay, so I don't feel so bad.
There are certain webcomics that are devoted exclusively to that aspect of being the gamer. Like, all their jokes are like inside jokes if you're an online gamer, you know? And I don't get it. I mean, I find it interesting, you know, I'm like reading, I go, that's kind of funny. You know, my rudimentary understanding of games comes into play, but I don't know, I don't think he has an appeal to that at all.
We played Mario Kart.
Yeah, we do like that.
Yeah.
I'll roleplay kick your ass to that.
Well, you can't roleplay Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'm Wario.
But you get it, that's not a role-playing.
That is role-playing.
No, it's not.
That's my character right there, and I'm gonna win.
Well, role-playing is actually when you're walking around, you're talking to other people. You know, you have to type in.
I'm
like,
talking. I'm like,
ER sword. And it says sword plus 5 points. And then after that person says snake bite minus 3 points. And then that's a role-playing game.
I recognize everything you said as words. I just don't understand how you use them.
Well, like, role-playing is like mud. Mud. Remember mud? Back when you...
I never did any role-playing stuff. Like Dungeons and Dragons and...
Yeah.
What's that, like Magic the Gathering? I never got it.
That's a card game, I think.
Well, like, are these games basically like card games online? Like live-action card games?
Well, I think Magic is more like... Magic is like a card game where you battle with cards. And like role-playing games, or you battle with words that equal
cards,
that equal points. And we sound like idiots because we don't know any of this stuff.
Are we idiots?
Good.
Just lost the audience.